this is the interface screen. It shows your carbon level, carbon potential, and temperature. You can manually enter a set point by pushing the gray bar below it. And then now it's empty. But I'm going to get an alarm, so I'm going to set it back to 0. Same thing for temperature. Right now both the loops are in manual. It really doesn't matter. You just touch it and it'll go to auto. Touch it again, it goes to manual. You'll leave it in auto all the time. This is giving you your probe information, which you don't have a probe right now.
Well, there's, I don't think it's wired in though. There's one there.
There is? I didn't see it. I saw a cap on the hole.
Oh, fuck that. I didn't see that. Sorry.
But it'll do a burnout every 12 hours.
Okay.
You can change that in the menu. Or you can hit that line and start one whenever you like. It will only start a probe burn off if the probe is, I believe, a minimum of 1,000 millivolts and above 800 degrees. So if we hit start probe burnout now, it won't do anything. Then this tells you, just again, the set point. This is the line of the recipe that was last loaded, and this is telling you recipe 16 has stopped. When it's running, it'll show you what step it's on. It'll tell you how much time is left on that step and how much time is left on the entire recipe. This will just show you any inputs and outputs from the controller that are on. This is your alarm banner. Right now the circulation fan is not running and it doesn't like it. This is the menu button. You have a regular menu, a manual, event control you may want to use sometime. You can turn the plunge cool on the ammonia and the end of cycle if you want to. Shut down will shut down our software on this screen, and then if you do that, in the bar along the bottom there will be a little thing that looks like a fax machine. Tap that and it'll ask you if you want to reboot. Say yes, and it'll restart everything.
In what situation would we need to do that?
If you need to change the IP address of the screen or something, or if some files get corrupted and we email you files and we need you to transfer them over to a different thing. Recipe, we'll get you to the recipe. You only have one right now. You hit load, select the recipe, 16, then you can hit run.
What was the significance of the 16? Is that number 16 in the recipe? Or the recipe 16?
The name of the recipe.
So when the recipe's running, you'll get these buttons up top and it'll show you here. We're running at step 1, 0 remaining, runtime 8 hours. Doesn't have a number there because it hasn't calculated yet how long it'll take it to get up. And once you go to a soak cycle, soak button appears. Right now the soak is set for 3 hours. If you hit that, you can change it. It won't change it on the recipe, but it changes it right there. It's a one-time change. You can put it in hold or you can stop it. Once the recipe writes a carbon set point and a temperature set point, whatever the last set point that was written to the controller is what the controller keeps. We want 60 for that one so I don't get an alarm, and I want 0 for that one. Chart is the chart. Now these all say 0, but they're not 0. You have to touch it, release it, and then touch it again, and now it's showing you what the numbers are. You can go to this page, and it lays it out in a spreadsheet form. Every minute it takes a reading. You can go here, say you don't want to see that right now, you don't want to see that right now, hit OK, and it takes them off the chart. When you close out of it and come back to the chart, it'll be there again. You can hit this one if you want to go back in time, pick a date and a time, or you can go backwards in time. This is a 4-hour span. Every time you hit this button, it'll go backwards 4 hours. You can change that right here. You can make it 24 hours if you like, and then you'll go back 24 hours at a time. This one will always take you back to right now, real time. This is used if you have more than one chart. You would pick which chart you wanted. But you only have one chart, so you don't have to deal with it. And I don't know how much you want to know about the menu. You can mess a lot of stuff up in the menu. Oh, you also have a CHMI menu. It'll show you where the load is, and it'll display agitators on, pump on, oil temperature, furnace temperature. It'll show you what active alarms we have. Anything active, you acknowledge it, it'll go away. This one, the fan's still not on, so the alarm silence will shut the buzzer off, but the alarm won't go away until the fan comes on. There's 2 pages. PLC inputs and output. Green means they're on, obviously.
So if there's any miscommunication between the controller and the out, if you go to that screen, you can see what's not communicating on there. Is that true?
Well, the screen is communicating to the controller. The controller is communicating to the PLC.
Yeah. But if it's a PLC problem, it will show up on that screen that you showed us in? No.
If it's it'll just show you what inputs and outputs are on or off. If you lose communications, it will tell you that you lost communications to the PLC. So the menu, slave, you've got about, that's all the serial numbers, that's the versions of the software and version numbers, phone number. It won't take you there if you push it. In maintenance, it has to be.
Where's the name Cam?
Yeah, it has to be filled in.
Yeah.
And you can do that through the laptop that we've got?
Yes.
So what's the maintenance report? What does it report?
It will, if you want to grease the agitator motors every month, it'll remind you to do it, and then when you do it,
Is there a big alarm that goes off? Cam?
no, it'll just show you on the screen. It'll show you how many cycles you ran in the cycle log, the system log. Really not sure what that one shows, and the alarm log.
So that'll show us our previous alarms, right?
Yes, date and time of the alarm, that it came on and that it went away. Probe manager, you have to set that one up also. Slave communication status. We've got 3 slaved instruments and they're all talking okay. You can also tell by how that little REM flashes.